What up? Doing a little impromptu video, and it's Christmas today. So for everybody that celebrates Christmas, Merry Christmas. And I wanted to just get on here real quick to express, I feel like, we're moving. I mean, Christmas, all the period between Christmas and New Year's is always, this dog is out here. He is eyeballing me on a neighborhood watch out here. But there's always this downtime in between Christmas and New Year's where I feel like we have this time to reflect across the past year. And in this case, for a lot of us, it's probably the past year and some change since this pandemonium has been happening. Things have been, different. And I think it's time to, not only set goals, but, man, chill out, man. Whatever. About to hop on this golf course, so it'll be more chill. Not only set goals, but to really think about how things have changed recently, and then how set an intention for going forward. So for me, that just involves I need to go on some trips. I really need to go on some trips. I had some trips planned this past year, and they didn't quite pan out in the way that I had hoped. And for various reasons, but some things, I guess, to sum it up, it's been a little bit frustrating the past year and a half, 2 years, whatever you want to say. And some things didn't pan out how I wanted them to, but other things are panning out. I manifested, and I'm going to say manifested because this was an intention that I had, and it was pushing my comfort zone. And I'm not going to say how much money it was, but I manifested a loan because my dad and I, we do real estate, and we're building an apartment building, and I manifested a loan for a large amount of money, over in the millions of dollars, I'm not gonna say exactly how much, but, and it's a stretch, it's a stretch out of the comfort zone. And I could tell, looking at my dad, that he wasn't even necessarily, I don't know, that it was a big deal for him, but I put out just this natural ease about the whole situation. We went into the bank, talked to the lady at the bank that we kind of know, and she had actually been sick, in and out of the hospital for months, going through it, some different health issues, but it couldn't have gone more perfect than, the way that I imagined it. It was it just made sense to do it for the projects that we're working on and for everything that we had discussed while we were in there. And so, something like that, while it's not necessarily, it is a big deal, but for me, it just seems so easy. And I think that we all as people have different things that we get hung up on, or different things that we think are harder. And, for some people that is a big deal, and it is a big deal. I'm not knocking it and saying that it's not, but for me, there was this general ease going about the whole process that, would really be beneficial to me if I could bring that ease into some of the other goals and intentions that I have. And so take a lesson from the things. They could be small, or they could be big or medium or whatever, but certain things in your life, you have this kind of relative ease about, and therefore you notice that they come to pass with relative ease compared to a lot of other things in life. And that's what I'm saying is we all have things areas that we're confident in, or things that we just have confidence in. and being able to transfer that feeling. Look at this, it's a nice little creek, little water going by. To be able to transfer those emotions or that feeling of ease and naturalness into the thing that we desire is really, really valuable. And yeah, like I'm talking to myself, but also talking to you guys, and I just want to express that and put that out into the world, that we can do it, but we just have to have that. We have to tap into that ease, that feeling of ease, and naturalness, because the more resistance that we have towards something or certain things, the more kind of like obstacles that we create, and the more tension that we feel in our body, like the harder it is for those things to come into our life. Now, I could imagine this scene or this meeting with this person, and if I would have felt undeserving of this loan, or undeserving of the opportunity to, or even to be in that chair asking her for a loan or the dollar amount or whatever, then, that might have come through, and she might not have given us the loan. And so it's important to just see, I guess, kind of take yourself out of your own perspective or your own head and think about, okay, what would the person that does this naturally feel like or do like? And to be honest, if I think about the meeting that we had, there was a couple of things that I was aware of, my phrasing, my terminology of what it is that we're doing, what it is that we're planning on doing with the loan, why we should be receiving the loan. And it's like a revolving loan, so it's more than just a straight up loan. It's kind of like we have freedom to use this money however we see fit, which is more freedom than banks usually like to give a lot of their clientele. But anyway, a lot of it came down to, yes, it was the naturalness, the feeling of ease, but also I felt natural about it. I also do know what we're going to be using it for. So there was this inner confidence, and I don't know, it's like a lot of things come together and they create this kind of, wow, look at that. Nature. It feels good to be out in nature. They create a kind of synergy, and from there you are able to get what it is that you want. It's like the synergy of knowing. I'm not gonna walk in here, it's like all wet. The synergy of knowing, the confidence of knowing what you want, as well as the, knowing the specifics, say for whatever industry that you're in. It could be, in this case, it's like real estate. So I was talking about the different UDOs and the different, housing changes that they're making in the city, and what's allowed and what's not allowed, and going over those different points, it helps. And so, whether your goal is to make a lot of money this year or your goal is to travel more, just step into that version of the person that's deserving of it, the version of the person that knows what they're talking about, that has the experience necessary. Because if you want to make money, let's say you want to make money in crypto, or you want to start a business or something, it's going to take work, but it's also going to take this kind of idea of like just this confidence, this inner confidence, and that's going to come through in your day to day, and it's going to like funnel your success, or not funnel, but it's going to propel your success. And yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, but there's certain things in your life that you feel tense about, and just taking the lessons or the areas of your life that you feel more relaxation towards, more ease, and just transferring those emotions of ease and naturalness into the things that you do feel the pressure behind and the pressure with, can definitely be helpful. And that's what I want to see for you guys. That's what I want for myself going into this year. I have a goal to travel. That's like probably at the top of the list, because I have not been traveling as much as I want to be. And that is really going to, I know for me personally, give me new motivation, give me a boost towards life, and give me a fresh outlook, fresh perspective, and make me start feeling alive, as opposed to being, and especially out here right now in Indiana, the sun is out right now, but it's pretty cold out here. There's not that much sunlight, and I thrive in being in a warm environment. There's nothing better to me than being in a place where there's palm trees and, the sun and the water, sun on my skin. And yeah. So anyways, guys, Merry Christmas again. Happy New Year to everybody. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your break and carry on this positive momentum into 2022. I'll see you in the next year.